Let's talk about the best moments of your year. We call these highlights.
Highlights. What does that mean?
Highlights are the best parts, the most special moments, the moments that shine in your memory.
Oh, like the brightest moments?
Exactly. For example, I can say the highlights of my year were my birthday trip and making new friends.
So we say the highlights of my year were, and then list the good things?
Perfect understanding. Now you try. What were the highlights of your year?
Let me think. The highlights of my year were my grandmother's party and moving to my new apartment.
Beautiful. You have two special highlights. Tell me about your new apartment.
Oh, I moved in September. It was so exciting. I finally have my own place.
Your own place. That's a big step. How did you feel on moving day?
I felt nervous and excited at the same time. When I got the keys, my hands were shaking a little.
Oh, that's so sweet. I remember my first apartment too. It's a special feeling.
It really is. And you know what? The first night in my new apartment, I couldn't sleep. Not because of noise, but because I was too happy.
Too happy to sleep? That's the best kind of problem.
Yes, I kept walking around, looking at my new home, thinking, this is mine. I did this.
That moment of pride is so important. You worked hard for that apartment.
I did. I saved money for 2 years.
2 years. That shows discipline and planning. You should be very proud of yourself.
I am. It was one of my goals at the beginning of 2025.
And you achieved it. That's wonderful. Speaking of goals, let's talk about that. Many people set goals at the beginning of the year.
Yes, I remember in January I wrote down 3 goals.
What were they?
First, save money for an apartment. Second, improve my English. Third, exercise more.
Those are great goals. And did you achieve them?
I achieved the first 2. I saved money and moved to my apartment, and I studied English every week. But the third one, exercising, I didn't do so well with that.
Hey, 2 out of 3 is excellent. That's not failure, that's success.
Really? You think so?
Absolutely. Life is not about being perfect. It's about trying and doing your best. You achieved 2 big goals. That's amazing.
Thank you, Sarah. I needed to hear that.
And you know what? You can start exercising in 2026. It's never too late.
That's true. Maybe that will be my goal for next year.
I love that attitude. Now, let me share something personal with you.
Okay, I'm listening.
At the beginning of 2025, I was in a difficult place emotionally. I felt stuck in my old job. I felt like I wasn't growing.
That must have been hard.
It was. But then I made a decision. I decided to be brave. I decided to look for a new job.
And that's when you changed jobs?
Yes, but Jake, I was so scared. I almost didn't apply. I thought, what if I fail? What if the new job is worse?
But you did it anyway?
I did. And you know what I learned? Sometimes we have to be brave even when we're scared.
That's a powerful lesson.
It is. And now, at the end of 2025, I can say this year changed my life.
Wow, that's emotional, Sarah.
It is emotional. Change is emotional. Growth is emotional. And that's okay.
I feel that too. This year changed me. I became more independent. I have my own apartment now. I can take care of myself.
That's beautiful growth, Jake. You should celebrate that.
I will. Actually, my parents are coming to visit my new apartment next week. I'm going to cook dinner for them.
That's so special. Your first time hosting your parents in your own home.
Yes, I'm a little nervous about cooking though.
Don't worry. Even if the food isn't perfect, they'll be proud of you. What matters is the effort and the love.
You're right. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Now, let's talk about another important thing. Sometimes we want to talk about difficult moments too.
Not just the good things?
Right. It's important to be honest. Every year has challenges. It's okay to talk about them.
What challenges did you have this year?
Well, learning my new job was hard. The first month, I felt overwhelmed. There was so much to learn.
What does overwhelmed mean?
Overwhelmed means you feel like something is too much work, too much information, too much pressure,
Oh, I understand that feeling.
right? It's very common. I felt overwhelmed, but I didn't give up.
How did you handle it?
I asked for help. I asked Maria and my other colleagues. I said, please be patient with me. I'm new and I'm learning.
And they helped you?
Yes, everyone was so kind, and slowly, day by day, it got easier.
So the challenge became smaller.
Exactly. That's why we say the hardest part was when we talk about challenges. For example, the hardest part was the first month. The hardest part was learning the new system. The hardest part was being away from my family.
Let me try. The hardest part of my year was deciding to move. I worried about money and about living alone.
But you managed to do it. See? You overcame that challenge.
I did. I'm proud of that.
As you should be. Now, Jake, we're near the end of December. How do you feel looking back at 2025?
I feel grateful. That's the word. Grateful.
Grateful is a beautiful word. It means you recognize the good things and you appreciate them.
Yes, I'm grateful for my family, for my new home, for learning English, even for the difficult moments, because they taught me something.
That's very wise, Jake. You know, one thing I learned this year is that every experience has value. Good or bad, we learn from it.
I agree. My grandmother always says, life is a teacher.
Your grandmother is very wise, and at 90 years old, she has 90 years of learning.
That's true. At her party, she gave a little speech. She said, I've had 90 years, and every year taught me something new.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And now I feel a little emotional.
Me too. It's okay to feel emotional, right?
Of course, it's human, it's real. When we talk about our year, we connect with our feelings.
I like that. This lesson isn't just about English, it's about life too.
Exactly. That's what makes it meaningful. Now, let's practice everything together. I want you to tell me about your whole year. Use all the patterns we learned.
Okay, I'll try. This year was challenging but memorable. At the beginning of the year, I set 3 goals. The biggest goal was to save money for my own apartment. I worked hard every month. The hardest part was saying no to things I wanted to buy, but I managed to save enough money. In September, I moved to my new apartment. That was definitely the highlight of my year. I also studied English every week. I learned so many new words and patterns. Another highlight was my grandmother's birthday party in April. We had a beautiful celebration. At the end of the year, I feel proud and grateful. I learned that I can achieve my goals if I stay focused.
Jake, that was absolutely perfect. You used every single pattern we learned today.
Really? I did?
Yes, you talked about how the year was, your goals, challenges, highlights, what you learned, and how you feel now. That was excellent.
I'm so happy. Thank you for teaching me, Sarah.
You're so welcome. You worked hard today. Now, listeners, it's your turn.
Yes, think about your 2025. What happened? How do you feel?
Start simple. Say, this year was, and add one word. Amazing, difficult, busy, memorable, surprising.
Then add one thing you did. I started. I learned. I moved. I traveled.
And if you feel ready, talk about your highlights. The highlights of my year were...
Remember, it's okay to talk about challenges too. The hardest part was, but you overcame it.
And most importantly, say how you feel now. I feel grateful. I feel proud. I feel ready for 2026.
Practice out loud, right now. Pause and say one sentence about your year.
We'll wait for you. Go ahead.
Okay, welcome back. How did it feel?
Speaking about your year helps you understand yourself better. It's good for your heart and good for your English.
I agree completely. Now let's review quickly. Today we learned to use past tense. I started, I moved, I learned.
We learned to describe our year. This year was memorable. This year was challenging.
We learned to talk about highlights and challenges. The highlights were, the hardest part was.
We learned I managed to for accomplishments. I learned that for realizations. I felt for emotions.
And we learned it's okay to be emotional when we talk about our year. Our feelings are important.
Yes, they make our stories real and human. Okay, listeners, here's your homework for this week.
Think about 2025. Write down 5 sentences about your year. Use the patterns we learned today.
Share them with a friend, with your family, or write them in the comments below. We would love to hear about your year.
Yes, tell us what was the highlight of your 2025. We'll read every comment.
And remember, 2025 is ending, but you're taking everything you learned into 2026.
Every year makes you wiser and stronger.
Exactly. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening to this special end-of-year episode.
Thank you for spending this time with us. We feel like we know your year better now.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next episode.
And please share this podcast with your friends who are learning English. It really helps us.
As we end 2025, we want to say we are proud of you for learning English. It's not easy, but you're doing it.
Keep practicing every day. Even 5 minutes helps.
We'll see you in 2026 with more lessons. Until then, take care.
Goodbye, everyone. Happy New Year.
Bye. May 2026 bring you joy, growth, and beautiful English conversations.
See you next time.